one person here got married because of AI. I'm referring to Aleksandr Zhadan. So he was in the news for this. I'll just read a few headlines because it can be pretty funny. The guy who used ChatGPT to talk to 5,000 women on Tinder. That's one headline. Russian man uses ChatGPT for online dating, says it helped him find his wife. Can you tell us your story?
Long story short, it was 2 years ago that I already um, stopped my relationships with my ex, and I started, uh, 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 I would say, a new part of relationship, and I see that it's hard. Just I need to like. Work at the second job that I need to swipe, I need to message, I need to wait, and every time I need to be as emotional as I can, and it's truly hard. And I realize that it's it's really a big trouble to find the right person, and I had some of dates and realized that it's not okay for me or for a person and etc. And I just shared the story with my friends, and while we was playing Fortnite, some of them just shared, "Hmm, I agree with you that it's hard to find love in Tinder or in different dating. But mm, have you heard about GPT 3.0?" And I, what? And at that moment, this guy just shared with me some articles about GPT-3, and he started uh, project for dating automatization that at every steps it just worked like a robot, but with good steps like uh, okay, it's been a lot of um, right swipes as like, but when uh, mm, it was like match, uh, GPT started conversation, but it was not as me, and it was strange because guys, I would think that you can definitely reveal where is text written by human and where is written by AI, and it was I would say for me strange, but for some of women with I started conversation was maybe okay or not okay, and we understand that it must be reworked or upgraded, and because of my previous conversation, um, I just downloaded lots of dialogues examples as how I answered for what questions and etc. and how my algorithm will be worked. And mm, it was way better because it's already um, GPT 3.5 with my database examples, with my um, some of, I would say, examples what I don't want to see or text. And mm, at that moment, I see that, wow, it it works way better just because ChatGPT or different AI on question, just like um, where did you study? Can answer whatever. It
How
can.
exactly did you design the messaging then? Did you train the AI to send particular messages according to some rules?
It was parser with ChatGPT database because imagine when I got a question or just message, and if its message contains some of uh, uh, texts that uh, already in database, like about study or work or hobbies or something else, so movies, series, music. It answered based on database information. But if it is not, it can answer like ChatGPT with basic prompt like you are a man and you want to have a chat and etc.
Alrighty. It's funny because I run MGAI, which is the AI wingman for online dating. So the kind of rules, by the way, for any guys wondering what the hell's going on here, like what was going on before we started filming, this is the second edition plans for my book. It was a bestseller in online dating digital communication. And some of the rules of messaging were skip the bullshit, which is effectively, yeah, exactly. Effectively, instead of seeing things like how are you, blah, 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 things that don't matter, it just gets straight to the point. The second rule, and this is from the book, this was before I even knew anything about AI. The book was released in 2020 and released in 2019. So AI came later in my own timeline. But a second rule is lead. The fact that you as a man need to lead the conversation with the woman you're interacting with instead of waiting for the opportunity and trying to gain enough confidence to make the move to ask for her phone number, to ask her out, for example. And then the third rule is meet. And it's ultimately that the purpose is the entire purpose of messaging is to meet because you could talk about getting to know each other so much, so much, and so much. But the better way to do that is when you actually meet each other in person and get to know each other because the digital world, the virtual world is completely different from the physical world. So it kind of makes me wonder how did you kind of make sure that the AI you were using was designed to filter out the people you would have wanted to filter out and swipe right on those who you would have wanted to swipe right on. How did you manage to do that?
Um, It combined first view and chats, like when you see profile, and it can analyze bio and first photo by charm. Yeah, PyTorch. So and because of that, I just had in um, vision model, like I don't want to have a conversation with person uh, who has
You sent me an image of a flow chart, a crazy flow
can.
chart. Could I show that? And you could kind of talk through it.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see here. The crazy flow chart. So just to like take it all in, how crazy this is. It is gigantic. How how long did it
Yeah,
take to come up with this?
it's second version.
Second version? Oh God, like we gotta really zoom in here. So it says here, the goal is to meet. Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. The purpose is to meet, actually. That's kind of funny. The goal is to meet cool girls through Tinder Gold. So you did use a subscription. A total of 4,943 matches have been formed. The dialogue continued on Tinder, and now you understand that this was overkill. So that's pretty cool. So stage one, swiping. Yeah, this is what we're getting at. Recognition of a girl's photo on Tinder using torch vision trained on your swipes. Um, I don't know how to explain this now, but yeah, visual recognition of a Tinder profile photo. You don't like photos with flowers? Is that the thing?
Yeah, because of just imagine that a lot of women who has photo with flowers is narcissism or just has plastic.
Oh, okay. So, you're kind of making an assumption that if she has flowers, it's a bit of a red flag for you, or she's possibly more of that Instagram type,
Yeah,
something like that, or she expects you to get her things. Am I getting that kind of right?
yeah, it's could be right, and yeah, I definitely agree with you.
Okay, interesting. Approval based on the data you provided, I suppose. Um, yeah, oh, here's a good one. Filtering, if she has no bio, then left swipe, I imagine. Less than two photos. Very interesting. Yeah, this is basically my rule is if or I'm married now, so don't quote me on that. My rule was if she has less than three, stop smiling. If she has less than three photos, I won't even bother swiping right. So yeah, this is crazy. I completely agree with that. That was my system. I don't chat here. Message me on it. Oh my God, man, you were doing the same thing. I haven't looked at this completely before, actually. Only super briefly. And location, yeah, that's crazy. That is almost identical to my kind of filtering system, only that I wasn't using AI. I was just manually doing it. That's good. That's very interesting. Just to have a little look here. Analysis by GPT-4. Then you set it to get a notification on Telegram. Um, okay, I'm not sure what that refers to.
Moment when you just has not profile like Tinder offer, or you must choose one of from four cards, or your activity like seems not normal or etc. And I
Yeah,
must to
yeah,
set
to
up that
avoid
it's not like that.
suspicion from,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Damn, and that's only the first line. We're probably we won't go through all of this, but just super briefly. Messaging on Tinder, okay. You switch the script, match, or I guess you run the script. I don't know. Let's just see what it says here. The goal is to start a conversation and stop the conversation with those you think it is unlikely to establish a good relationship. Interesting. Yeah, very nice. If the conversation is going well, you can switch to Telegram, effectively switching phone numbers for those who do that, or WhatsApp in other countries. Um, okay. Do 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 do. It writes an opener. You write that you like the photos of her. You're getting to know. Okay. Okay, I see this. Are there 60 messages? So was this the only thing you could, or checkpoint you put in place to then proceed to Telegram?
Uh, yeah, because of uh, In chat function, there is some of rules like where you see some abnormal context that you don't want to see. And if there is already a 60 message, it's totally okay to move to Telegram.
Okay, interesting. Why not less than 60? 60 seems a bit much.
Um, Not much, but I would say that it's maybe little um, more than you start conversation. But I just realized based on my previous conversations in Tinder that
Hmm.
um about 50, 60, 70 messages that is already enough to switch to Telegram because you have already emotional intelligence between your match.
Yeah, she's already invested in other words. Yeah, very interesting actually. So by setting the bar relatively high, there's a lot of what we could call compliance in that she is responding. So if she's responding, she'll probably respond to going on Telegram, going further, and then the responsiveness can continue because the track record so far has been that it is going forward. So yeah, that's kind of super interesting to me because my system, not an AI system, I was back in my day getting phone numbers within 4 messages, or I say 2 messages in terms of two of my own messages, but that would mean 4 messages between two people. So that's fascinating though. Then rights of reply to, all right, if there aren't 60 messages, yeah, it just keeps the conversation going so that you eventually get to 60. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That's interesting. Um, okay, cool. And here's a super big one, but only to briefly go with that. So your whole how was your profile, at least? Was your profile using, so this is your messaging and your swiping using AI, but did your photos use AI and did your bio use AI?
Nah, I just I have I would say not Instagram background as it um so previous, but yeah, I love take photos, and I have enough photos of me, and I can share just true info about myself in bio.
Hmm, I see. Right. Yeah, so it's necessary to understand and realize where it's worth continuing the conversation. For this, ChatGPT spoke with goals for my behalf on Telegram. For some period of time, I asked for a meeting. After 2 to 3 meetings with one, a relationship or regular meetings began or moved to the friend zone. This is some super legitimate technical dating stuff. This is wonderful. If I was satisfied, this is so good. If I was satisfied, then I continue to communicate with the goal to establish a relationship. Nice. And constantly called for meetings or accepted invitations. Cool. So conversations on Telegram, also with AI. Yes, there's a lot here, but where does it lead? It's like a maze of stuff. Let's just see. Date proposal.
Yeah,
Okay.
after 130 messages on Telegram, there is date proposal.
Wait, so when it says mute mode, does that mean that when you're on a date, it will stop giving you those notifications about your other dates?
It's mute for writing message for different person, and for person who just with whom I have date.
Hmm. Oh, damn, there's a lot. Where does it go? Where does it go? Where's the end here? Oh my God, it's crazy. Wow. Okay, so ultimately the goal is to get a relationship. Okay, are there free meetings? Yes. Continue dating. Okay. Wow. Okay. To communicate, you need to write that you're busy and will not be able to communicate for the first few days. Is this a rejection or a test or something?
I would say it could be a rejection, like you just understand that it's not your match, and you just
Hmm.
can't understand why, but you understand that it's okay to continue conversations in some friend mode and don't move on.
All right, this one's continued, so I imagine that means 4 hour
But
slot in Google Calendar. I love
yeah,
it. That's crazy, man. Oh, that's wonderful. So I used to use well, I used Google Calendar, but I didn't put like a 4 hour slot. I just put the all day thing. No time limit. That's crazy. That's nice though. And then it types a message. Yes, let's do it. Very simple. I can at this time. I can on yeah, particular time. Check her response. Wow, this is where does it end? I'm trying to find like I guess it's just a
uh,
loop or something
I would say that, and for persons that it's stop the chat bottom right.
right here. Stop the chat.
Almost just yes, stop the chat with friends mode. It's and with whom I understand that it's totally not okay. But if it's okay, we just continue.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. I guess at some point you have to take over from AI. It's like if you really like her. So how did it work with your wife? How long have you been married now?
We don't marry now. We just plan our wedding, and it will be at August.
Nice, nice. Crazy. So
Congratulations.
Thank you.
yeah, there we go. I gotta ask you this question then. So how did you break it to her that she was talking to AI all along? Or did AI do that too?
Mm, almost after a year of our session conversation of our start, I just revealed that Karina, we must talk about
Chat
something.
GPT.
Yeah, and I just shared her that I used ChatGPT in our uh, messages, and she was shocked. She asked a lot of questions, but she realized that how it helped us to build our relationships because after I just use ChatGPT for messaging like me, I use only for Karina ChatGPT to advise me how to communicate better. Because already at that time I used mm, I wrote message only myself, and based on couldn't remember about 3 days or some amount of messages. I got Telegram messages about GPT advice how to improve our conversations based on analyze of our conversation.
Hmm.
And yeah, Karina understands that it um, okay. It already has been, but she see me how I communicate with her, how we spend time together, and we understand that messaging is only one part of relationships, and there is a lot of moments that we must analyze that it's necessary for us. And
Mm.
in other parts, it was only me because I'm a real person.
Yeah, so I imagine because there's a distinction. So a lot of people say the internet isn't real, or in some kind of form they say that. There's a distinction very clearly between the physical world and the virtual world, and your uh comforter, I imagine, could be in the fact that our physical world relationship is real, and the virtual thing, all the messaging, all the ChatGPT assistants helped us facilitate this, and the physical world relationship is what actually matters. Like that would be my kind of argument, and that's the way I see it, because just like both of us agree on the purpose is to meet, and you said the goal is to meet. So ultimately, I wouldn't think it matters so much. I can understand it can be a huge surprise, very crazy, very interesting actually, and like a whole elaborate design, very nicely made to put that forward. Yeah, go ahead.
So how would you say, is this different from like back in the day, people using books to help improve their personality or conversation skills
Well,
in a
books are
group?
good. Yeah, like I imagine the best way to improve your personality skills, your conversation skills, is actually practicing. So me, for example, you might think my voice is pretty good, but when I was growing up, and only just a few years ago still, I had a very weak voice. I can't even speak so much when I drink orange juice for the rest of the day. That's how weak my voice naturally is. But what I did to improve that, for example, is going out to nightclubs 2 or 3 times a week while I was dating actively, and literally shouting at people. Uh, that's just a joke, but when there's a lot of music, you do have to be loud and break those sound barriers, if you will. Make yourself heard. But I would stand outside in the smoking areas and talk to people for hours. And that's how I practice strengthening my voice.
So no, what I was asking is, Alex used GPT and coding skills to set
Mm,
up conversations and to improve his own conversational abilities, right?
yeah. Well,
Back in the day, people would have pulled a book and tried to learn from the book how to do the same things.
yeah, that could be a good argument. However, I do see that there's a difference between reading a book and learning and using ChatGPT to do it. So a book doesn't do it for you, it teaches you. But ChatGPT could teach you too. But to actually do the messaging for you, that's another step to it. So the fact that it's
Uh,
automating an entire action.
No, so this is effectively what the dating app is supposed to do. When it presents you with a new potential match, it is
Mm,
supposed to consider, or you expect it to consider your past uh, usage of the app and your preferences in the app, and give you matches which progressively get more tuned to your preferences, right?
mm,
So what Alex did is effectively accelerate that process by doing it himself, which is kudos to you, Alex. That's amazing job, by the way.
yeah. Pretty crazy. How long did it take you to put all of that together, just to show again how elaborate this is? That's a lot of work right there.
Um, I would say that we spent about a year from the idea to last version to make advice.
Yeah. Well, so when exactly did that start? Was it um late 2022?
Not late. It was end of summer 2022.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was before
Ahead of the curve. Yeah.
user versions of ChatGPT. It was only GPT free by API.
All right, let's look at this proposal for a date here. Looking for a free hour slot in Google Calendar. There we go. 148 restaurants in Moscow or St. Petersburg. Interesting. I imagine you might have been traveling between the two. Nice railway for you. Would you like to have a meal together at place on this? This is crazy. This is so similar. It's the fact that it's the I know this is translated in your case in most cases. But the simplicity of it is how it works. Well, not how it works, but because it's so simple, it removes all the fat from it and makes it more straightforward to comply with, to follow. So the simpler, it's like Occam's razor. The simpler the explanation is normally the better explanation, something along those lines. Very interesting. Booking a free hour slot. Great. Then see you there. As simple as that. That's crazy. Wow. See what else is here. Okay, wait. Send a message through something about timing and number. Wait, are you trying to do less words and take longer to reply? Is that the logic behind this?
No, it's more about dating suspicion that just imagine ChatGPT can answer, for instance, sound 1,000 characters in just short time. But
Yeah.
when I can do it, I will write it for way longer, and it better to calculate time of characters in by this formula.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so so I imagine when this is happening, it says, or at least on Telegram, for example, it says typing. Is that what happens? So
Sorry?
so for example, if this is done through Telegram, it says, let's say it's writing a paragraph, it says typing, like as if you are typing for like 15 seconds, 20 seconds, however
Ah,
long.
yeah. And you can see some of dots or
Hmm.
something like that just like me just typing.
Yeah, but how does it work out with she sent a message 2 hours after or not your message, your ChatGPT message. She sent a message 2 hours after you. Does ChatGPT then send it 3 hours after her message to kind of make sure the timing and doesn't
Ah,
message her at 2 a.m., for example?
it's it's more like active user that when you just get a message after 2 hours waiting, you just could be already online and answered the message in 1 or 2 minutes after.
Okay. Okay, yours. I don't chat here or message me on. Wait, what? I
Yeah,
don't chat here or message me on Instagram. Zodiac sign. So these are turnoffs. So I agree with zodiac sign. Unemployed, no money, religious. Fair enough. Well, my wife is Catholic actually. So for me, it's actually good. I'm an atheist, by the way. Um, Religion can have its benefits, especially in terms of loyalty. That's very interesting though. Behaves very differently from your parents. This is very interesting. You're very clear on what you want and what you don't want. Very clearly defined. And that's how you need to be when you're training AI to decide what to do and define what it needs to do. Contradicts your goals or does not accept what is okay. That's fascinating. Can we also get, you sent me some other images. Can we go through those too?
Mm,
Uh,
image of
this
what?
one, for example.
Ah, yeah. It's our start of conversations with Karina.
All right, so this is your bride to be, and these are the real messages, but translated.
Yeah.
Okay. You became a couple, or I guess that means you matched on that date. You have a super atmosphere in your photo. Thank you. Nice to hear because you also have beautiful style in photos. Tell me what fun stuff has happened to you lately. Went to Dagestan, South Russia. I know where it is. For 3 days, just came back. Came back impressed by the views. How do you feel about such short trips? Not far from Moscow. That is far from Moscow. Not really. Oh, that's really cool. I also went to visit. Want to visit sometime. How was your day? Oh, is this someone else? Yeah.
Yeah, it's someone else like examples of difference between versions.
Okay. All good. Worked, then did some sport. Which book you're reading? Very much still unclear. Do you like to read? Yes. Oh, wait. You're putting the quotation marks in there. That's a giveaway. That's ChatGPT, right? That's a giveaway for me, at least. How interestingly you choose books. Nice that you noticed my books. Always try to choose something interesting, thought-provoking. Haven't talked in a while. Okay, this is like a second ping. Ah, yeah, message that reactivated the chat. Okay, we haven't talked in a while. Hope all is well with you. So what was the time difference? 23 January. That was a few months later. So I imagine,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Been a while, all is good. How about you? Busy at work? Get some free time. Did you finish it? Okay. Tinder bot. Dinner with person. All right, so this is how you get okay, how you get the notifications of where you should go and when. All right, so you have to approve, maybe not each message, but manually approve each date that is scheduled.
Uh, Dates already, I would say, automatic approves, but messages must be approved by myself. Like when ChatGPT realizes that it can't work properly, I can get notifications that I want to send a message like that. Do you approve it? And if I approve it, it's okay. But if not, I must rewrite it and send it.
That's yeah, that's a summary one. Go through here.
Yeah, it's scam of the last version when I just use ChatGPT for not uh, be message sender like message advisor.
Hmm.
And
Always
yeah,
there for
and
you.
it was the moment when I just when, for instance, I can't reply for message about more than 30 minutes, ChatGPT can answer for myself.
Okay, tell me what happened. Maybe okay. Used to get rid of the stress. Okay. And let's see here. I gotta move this up. Wait, there we go. Meeting. There we go. 29 December.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Propose to Karina to get married, emphasizing that your relationship is balanced and strong. Explain that you value the time you spend together. Pay attention to each other's feelings and share the little things of everyday life. Express the desire to strengthen your relationship through marriage, emphasizing that it is a step towards creating a future together. Mention how you imagine her happy, dancing at the wedding in August. Only really not so many weeks away now, so that must be very exciting. And that is a moment you would like to experience together. How exciting is that? That's amazing. And then yeah, you accept or decline that advice.
Uh,
Oh, okay. So that's specifically communication advice. So ChatGPT advised you to get married. So it was ChatGPT's idea?
Based on our conversations, and I must say it could be um, hallucination because I got a message about that she wanted to dance at someone wedding, and ChatGPT just can. It's only my thought that can think that it's time to make a proposal.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.